Welcome back. Computer Club Hour asked about the navigation updates and the software updates because they were having a challenge with not getting any updates. Haven't covered it in these first 6 months because it's one of those things that irritates those of us who are accustomed to getting frequent updates. I'm an Apple user, so my iPhone, my iPad, my Mac get updates at least every month. And I get a pop-up notice saying, hey, there's an update. And then I tell it, yes, go ahead and update. And then it tells me, as I do that, here's what we're going to update. And then it says, okay, it's done. That doesn't happen with the Mercedes MBUX system. But I have had some updates. So let me give you my experience. On March 30th or 31st, my operating system did an update on its own. I was notified after the effect. I will show you in videos how to check for updates in both the car and on the app on the phone. That does not allow you to prompt for an update. It just lets you know that there's not one available, or if there was one, here's what it was. In fact, looking at my app today, it says the last one was at the end of March. That's for the operating system. The navigation's a slightly different story. On 3 occasions while I've been driving the car, in fact, 2 were on the same day, on the navigation, it popped up saying there's a navigation update. You need to restart the navigation. So I clicked on restart it, and while I'm driving, the navigation screen did what you would expect in a restart. It went out, loaded, and came back up. Nothing changed. And I don't know exactly what it did. It just did it on its own. So as somebody's used to more frequent and more apparent software updates, Mercedes does it differently right now. They're promising that when they come out with their MBOS, which is be the update to the MBUX, it'll have more updates. It'll probably feel more familiar to all of us because it'll be using the Google operating system mixed with what Mercedes does to it. So that is my perspective. It's frustrating because it's not how I'm used to having things done. But apparently the car works great, and I have had no software issues with it. And so, at least nothing that's permanent. I've had a couple of things where the ambient lighting wouldn't work. And I shut it down for the night, come back in the morning, and it worked. And that's happened about 3 times. But other than that, it works. It seems to keep itself updated as Mercedes feels they need to update it. And as they more integrate with Google, it'll probably update a little more frequently. But that's it. So that is my perspective, my opinion on the operating system upgrades. So what I'm going to do now is I'll show you 2 videos I did in preparing for this. One of on the car, looking for updates and where you can find them and the settings you can make. And then on the app, where you simply go to software updates and it tells you whether there's an update or not, and then what it was. And actually, I'll show you what the update did at the end of March. On the MercedesMe app, you tap the More button. And from there, you will tap the over-the-air vehicle updates. That will tell me that I'm up to date. Software is installed on the 30th of March. And that tells me, in essence, that this update updated the communication module to enable remote software updates for additional control units in the future. Additional product and robustness improvements will be implemented as part of the software update. Updates free of charge and take about 5 minutes. And that is all you can do on the app. In the car, the way you check for a software update, hit the home button, under settings, you scroll all the way down to where it says software update, and it'll tell you if there's an update or not. The way you check your settings, your options are to do it automatically or do it with a pin, and then you can set up a Wi-Fi hotspot for it to use. But that's it. If your car wants to do an update, it'll do an update. Until then, you just have to wait. Make it a great day.